Well, I joined the National Space Society's precursor organization, which was called the L5 Society, when I was a congressional intern in Washington, D.C. And I don't know the name of the person who recruited me, but he was working as a staffer for one of the other members of Congress, and said, "Have you ever heard of this organization that wants to build colonies in space?" And I said, "No, but that sounds very interesting." And I was, of course, already hooked on space. So I joined in 1977, so been a member ever since. But I wasn't actively involved because I was working for the government, and at that time we had all those restrictions on political involvement and things. And so I was a member and keeping an eye on it, and I attended some conferences, but I wasn't as active until after I had left NASA. And Mark Hopkins recruited me to be the editor for Space Cause News, which was it was a lobbying effort. It was associated with National Space Society, but not part of it, because National Space Society, of course, is a nonprofit educational organization, and Space Cause was created separately so that we could do some political lobbying, and that was a lot of fun. And then I transitioned over from that publication into being on the board of NSS, and I served on the board for a long time. I can't remember exactly how many years. And I also co-founded the chapter that we have in Houston, and I'm still the treasurer. And I also chaired the 1999 International Space Development Conference in Houston, and currently I'm the chairman of the Publications Committee for NSS, and I am in charge of book reviews, and that's my little project. I try to connect the readers who love space books with the writers of space books, and help them find each other. And I think it's a win-win for everyone. Plus, anyone who uses the Amazon link on the NSS website, then that helps provide contributions to the National Space Society for our educational projects. So I really enjoy that particular volunteer job. And if people who hear this interview are interested in being book reviewers, or they have a book they want reviewed, they should go to the NSS website and send me an email, and I'll take care of that for them. And I'm also on the NSS Policy Committee, because I have had some experience working with Congress, and I've been following the policy issues, and I was really excited to hear Jeff Reeson's talk last night about the strategy that's still missing from our space policy, and I think we are coming together on a new policy that we'll be putting out soon that will reflect a lot of those ideas. So I think it's a pretty exciting time to be involved with National Space Society as a volunteer, and I encourage more people to join us and help us spread the vision of humans living and thriving in space.
And if people want to get involved with the National Space Society, how would they do that?
They should go to the National Space Society website. It's nss.org, and there's a whole bunch of drop-down menus about chapters. For instance, there's chapters all over the world, and if you can find a chapter near you, that's the quickest way to get involved. If there isn't one, you can form one. It only takes three members, and you can ask the National Space Society headquarters who else lives in your area that you could contact, and instantly have some new friends. That's one thing I love about being in a chapter, is that you find people who share your love of exploration and space and astronomy, and we go watch the newest sci-fi movies together and take them apart. Oh, that wouldn't work, or oh, that's a cool idea. Let's see what we could do with that. And then we do star parties and other things together, and we go talk about space at various libraries and other things. Like the Dallas chapter in Texas, they're really active out there doing stuff all the time. So if you want to do things, joining a chapter is the easiest, quickest way to do that. If there isn't a chapter near you, though, there are other ways to be a volunteer. There's lots of committees that need help. And last night there was a chapter's assembly meeting talking about how we could plug in those volunteers. And I think the membership committee is the one who takes the names and tries to fit people with opportunities. And there's a Space Ambassadors program that NSS is running through Virgin Galactic, and I forgot the other sponsor, but they can give you some materials and you can go out and speak about space as a space ambassador. And so there's lots of opportunities for people to get involved. And of course we have our Blitz every February, which is very important, to go up at Capitol Hill and talk to the members of Congress about space. We have a lot of new members of Congress that don't know anything about space or why it's important, and they just see it as a line item in the budget. They think, what do we need that for? And so they need to hear from us as to why it's important.